First, the bad news. SAP Business AI won't generate amusing holiday cards, but it will personalize career paths for your people and let you know which suppliers are best, so you can be ready for the next opportunity. Revolutionary technology, real-world results. That's SAP Business AI.
Welcome to the Instagram Stories. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. So much Instagram news today. It centers around Instagram creating a new equity team that will be tasked with examining how the app may be underserving different groups of people. Adam Mosseri had a blog post about it on Wednesday where he described the team, and here's the quote: "The equity team will focus on creating fair and equitable products. This includes working with Facebook's responsible AI team to ensure algorithmic fairness. In addition, they'll create new features that respond to the needs of underserved communities." He goes on to say, separate from this new product group, we're also hiring a new director for diversity and inclusion for Instagram, who will help to advance Instagram's goal of finding, keeping, and growing more diverse talent. End quote. The team is already working on projects including comment warnings, which will scan your post and ask if you really want to say that mean thing you're about to say, re-examining policies about blackface and posts related to the Jewish community, and reviewing the app's recommendation guidelines, which determine what can show up in Instagram's Explore tab. Casey Newton, who is a writer for TheVerge.com, sat down with Adam Mosseri to discuss some of these topics. I actually thought that Adam Mosseri was still on parental leave, but apparently I was wrong. I spend a lot of time tracking this man's whereabouts, and you should be slightly concerned. Anyway, here's the quote from Adam Mosseri. He said, "Having a dedicated team, I think, is a really important step." End quote. Adam Mosseri also talked in this interview about two new tabs which Instagram is testing globally. These tabs will be at the bottom of the Instagram page. One tab will be for Reels, which is the short form video similar to TikTok, and the other is for shopping, which Instagram created a dedicated space for back in July. Here's what's interesting about that. Instagram puts a ton of time and thought into everything that it creates visually. This article even gives the example of when the app's logo was redesigned back in 2016 and the extensive chaos that this caused. For what it's worth, the app's logo has really held up over time. Here's what Adam Mosseri said about those two tabs. Quote, "We're going to get a lot of heat. Anytime we move the tabs around or make some big changes, I expect a lot of really derogatory DMs." End quote. I'm just going to pause and say that it is good to know that Adam Mosseri is reading his DMs. I have sent him several asking him to come on the show, and he has not responded yet, nor have I seen any indication that he's read them, so I have to take that with a bit of grain of salt, but at least he is getting them. So why are they adding a Reels tab and a shopping tab in the first place? Adam Mosseri said Instagram wants to help individual creators earn their livelihoods on the app, whether by becoming video stars or e-commerce moguls. He says that it's clear this is where the opportunity is in social apps. Quote, "We've been thinking a lot this year about what Instagram is about and keep coming back to this idea of emergent culture, of culture on the fringe. I think we always have focused on emerging culture. It's why we focused on youth. It's why we focused on creators. These are groups that set trends in many different industries, in many different countries around the world." End quote. He talks more about the shopping part. Quote, "Even before the pandemic, there was this massive shift of commerce from offline to online, and COVID-19 accelerated that by, I don't know, half a decade maybe." End quote. I want to just pause and say that in my estimation, Instagram has been targeting Amazon for a really long time because it's a terrible interface for buying things online, but this quote confirms in my mind that they know exactly what they're doing and who their competition is in this space. There's one more quote from Adam Mosseri that I wanted to highlight when it comes to Reels. Here's the quote. "We're really just trying to lean into the short form video creator ecosystem. TikTok willed that into existence. Obviously, they are onto something. You're seeing short form video growing on a number of platforms at this point." End quote. I don't 100% agree with that quote because Vine existed for a really long time, but suffice to say, I understand what he's trying to say. The article finishes with Adam Mosseri quoted as saying, "When you're as large as we are, competition is always a risk, but an even bigger issue is that what you do becomes irrelevant." End quote. Just as a reminder, There was a quote from the creators of Instagram at South by Southwest last year where they said their goal was to recreate the app every 6 months to keep things fresh and keep being relevant. And that continues to be Instagram's focus. That's it for today's show. Come back tomorrow for more Instagram news, tips, and more. Tomorrow is my 500th episode. I could record it tonight. It might be tonight. I'm very excited to reach this point. Thank you to everybody who has listened so far. If you have an idea for how I can improve the show, send it to me. Best idea wins an Amazon gift card in the amount of $50. Send me your ideas, please, at Daniel Hill Media.